Hi.
Hello.
Our boss lady gave me some chocolates yesterday. I don't think she low carbs it, and I don't low carb it, but these are keto cracks, it's called. And the reason she gave it is because it's gluten free and no sugar. They're really good. I'm going to bring it up here. Like, she gave me a little plate of them yesterday.
So I'm glad you said keto crack with a K at the end, because I heard her give these to you yesterday or the day before, and I thought she said keto crap. And I was like,
crap.
Okay, so she doesn't like keto and she thinks it's crap. So here's some of my keto crap.
They're really good.
That's awesome.
Sugar, dark chocolate, almond, and sea salt. I always love the almond and sea salt no matter what. That's what when you go, do you go into like the old town, ghost town candy shops when they have one?
100% of the time.
Me too. And I always get the dark chocolate bark with almonds and sea salt. And then my son Joey always gets gummy sharks. And then my daughter always gets the most impossible thing she can get, whatever it is that day.
And the thing about those shops are like, there's like a couple things that they do on their own, but otherwise it's the same dark blue and aqua green gummy sharks. It's the same candy canes, but we feel like we have to pay just a little bit more for that same saltwater taffy that's in the big tubs because it's in small town USA and not Sacramento.
I do it. We have a candy shop downtown Murphy's and one in Sonora that's, I think, a chain. They're the same candy shop.
Right.
And I still go in there. But
one of my favorite places in the whole wide world is Fort Bragg. And on your way in from wherever it is into Fort Bragg, there's this candy shop. Like they all advertise saltwater taffy, and everybody's there buying the saltwater taffy because they think that they just put it like in their head, like, oh, if it's by the ocean, then it's got to be authentic saltwater taffy. What's authentic saltwater taffy?
Delicious. I don't know. Maybe it tastes different.
Right. To me, it's all the same. But you buy and pay more for it when it's next to the ocean than if you go downtown Modesto.
But there are some things that you would think that are okay. So corn nuts. There's a significant difference between store corn nuts and fresh in one of those little market corn nuts. Tell me different.
Okay.
They're lighter.
Don't make fun of me.
My teeth as badly.
Don't make fun of me. Corn nuts are not real corn, right?
They're corn.
Is it actual corn off a cob that's been hardened? I thought it was like.
I think so. Now that you're asking, I'm not making fun of you.
I thought corn nuts. I thought corn nuts were like a cornstarch thing.
No, they're corn. It's corn. Yeah, they're corn. They're corn kernels. Hold on. Corn.
Then those are huge corn kernels.
Roast. Well, then they're deep fried. They expand just like popcorn.
No, I want to make. Can we do these in the air fryer?
I bet it turns into popcorn. I bet you somehow
find out.
Popcorn. But there's a way to make it because there's a couple spots in Murphy's that you can. Good morning, Tiffany. That you can get like,
air fryer corn nuts.
Yeah, corn nuts.
Oh, look at this. Okay.
Fresh. They're significantly different than in the store.
Corn 16 ounces of dried giant white hominy, soaked overnight, drained, patted dry. 3 tablespoons of a neutral cooking oil like canola. A half a teaspoon of kosher salt. 400 degrees for 12 minutes. And then shake the basket another 12 minutes and let them cool for 15. That's it.
Do it. Let me know how it goes.
So it's just that's why they're so big. It's the hominy. Remember hominy grits from my cousin Vinny. It's just hominy. The cans of hominy.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
You never seen My Cousin Vinny?
Why are we still shocked by movies I haven't seen?
Because that's like a really funny one with Ralph Macchio and why am I blanking on her name? Not Rosie Perez. But the two were really famous at the same time. She did The Wrestler with
I know who you're talking about. She did What Women Want.
Yeah, and I'm forgetting her name now.
Dang it, I know who you're talking about. I'm forgetting her name too.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
Yep. Thank you.
Marissa Tomei. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought everybody had seen that one because she's the star of that movie. Ralph Macchio and Joe Pesci are funny and good, but Marissa Tomei is the absolute star of that movie.
Oh, I think she's underrated in a lot of movies. She was really good in What Women Want too.
Yeah. She was in The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, which was like a super indie film a few years ago. I mean, in that one too, she stole the show.
Yeah. When you go to these special shops, say you're doing a road trip, what's your like go to? Like mine would be like the corn nuts or beef jerky or sunflowers. What's yours?
Fruit stands.
Fruit stands in other places?
I like because I'm a huge fan of fresh fruit. I love fresh fruit, right? If you got watermelons, I'm all about it. I like really crispy apples. I love really soft ripe peaches, like not soft bruised, but like a soft ripe peach, you know. And I like really fresh vegetables.
And in the valley would be Nature's Corner at the corner of 120 and Jacktone. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And they have pies in there. And just so you know, they have Santa Claus every year. Everybody waiting in lines at the Bass Pro. But they have Santa.
I've been there a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, go there for Santa. But they, you know what else they have is like all the specialty olives and oh man. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah,
I had
$13 jar of olives.
I went on a date one time in my singleness, where like it wasn't anyone I was like neither one of us were dating because we thought it was going to be a long time or anything, right? So we're back at my house and we're just looking for something to snack on, and like we just got there, like we're just kind of settling in, and I had a jar of the olives with the garlic in the middle of them, right? And I mean, the first thing she saw was those and was like, ew, 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 ew. Why would you even have these? And I was so like bothered that she had such a visceral reaction to it.
Which ones did you
that
have?
I just started eating them.
The olives with the wet in them?
The garlic.
Ooh, those are
like the garlic clove shoved in the middle of the green olive. I think those are delicious. And the first thing I got was, ew, 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 ew. Why do you have those in your fridge? I was like, not only do I have them in my fridge, but I'm eating them now.
Even though you are not a drinker, Camp 4 in Modesto has marinated olives on their appetizer menu. And if you ask them to make you an NA drink, they'll surprise you with something refreshing and delicious. Go there and get those olives. They're delicious. Oh, and their poke bowl.
I had my first poke bowl the other day.
Did you? I will put Camp 4's poke bowl up against anybody else's Modesto. Where'd you get yours?
I don't know. It was on an app.
Okay. Delicious. What did you have in it? Did you just have the like original pokey with the tuna and stuff?
Okay, I didn't order it, so I don't know what it's all called, but my proteins, I guess, were tuna, and I think I did salmon, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I didn't realize that a poke bowl was basically like a deconstructed sushi roll.
Yeah, it's like a sushi salad, but way more delicious.
I had no idea. Like all the sauces and stuff that they put on the dragon rolls and all that were all slathered across the top. And I was like, this is delicious.
I always, the poor owner, Damon at Camp 4 always knows when my friend Victoria and I are there because we order the meat and cheese platter, but hard meats only because she won't eat floppy meat. And all of our cheese.
What meats?
Hard meat, like hard salami, hard, like, yeah. And
so not deli slices of like turkey.
And no, nothing, not prosciutto, nothing flimsy. And only sheep or goat's milk, no dairy cheese, no cow milk cheese, gluten-free crackers, poke bowls with all of our sauces on the side. And he'll come out and go, I knew you guys were here. When I went with my sister, she just looks at me and goes, Just throw. I'll take all of it. Like I have no special requests.
No, that's me too. Give me all of it. I remember
The poke
when
bowls are
when my family had that restaurant, when we had the juice bar, because it was like a coffee bar, smoothie bar, and then like a little deli wraps and stuff in the back. But like the whole premise behind it was like it was kind of health food with wheatgrass and stuff. And I mean, like you can go to the Denny's or the BK Lounge or whatever, and you just know what you're getting. Like I'm getting nachos. I'm probably gonna have an upset stomach later, but I'm expecting it. But if you put health food into the mix, even if it's like faux health food, like let's be honest, a smoothie is better than a Coke, but it's not healthy. It's loaded with sugar and milk and yogurt, right? But people get so nuts about we had the supplements, right? Like the spirulina and the bee pollen and the ginkgo. And people get crazy pants about that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll make sure to get your half a teaspoon of bee pollen in your sunrise smoothie loaded with strawberries, orange juice, and this vanilla yogurt and all the other stuff. But I'm glad you got your bee pollen. And I'm glad, like, you, because they'll put you through the ringer for it. Like they get super specific about everything, and you got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do. Did you do that? The BK Lounge is Burger King, Tiff. You didn't. When people would request special orders at the BK Lounge, do you just roll your eyes or roll with it? What's the most
It depended.
request? Because kids are the most ridiculous at a fast food restaurant.
100%, 100%, because they're still in that. I want that. Give me that right there. That. You know.
My friend Jamie's son the other day, all he wanted was the egg McMuffin with the egg on it. No butter, no cheese, no meat, right? Super picky. We get it. He opens it and he goes, there's ketchup on here, which they would never put ketchup on it, right? And Jamie goes, there's no ketchup. Well, it smells like ketchup. She goes, there's no ketchup, and he still didn't eat it. I'm like, so when people are going through the drive-thru with all those requests, it's probably some damn 9-year-olds.
What? Well, okay, so like in the drive-through, I know that it doesn't bother me if you have special requests if you know how to order. Like if you've been there before and you know how to do it. Like when I worked at the BK, it was when I worked the drive-through, I appreciated the people that came up and they did it one by one. I would like a number one with cheese, large, Coke, right? The combo, what you want on the combo, the size, and then the drink. Slowly. And they're probably still going to ask you, what did you want to drink with that? Because a lot of people really aren't paying attention because they're not ready for you to order the right way.
Yes, I learned because I worked at like a teriyaki bowl place because, and I'm assuming for the fast food, maybe it's different now. We haven't worked fast food for a long time, that it has to go in individually. So if they say, I want 6 Happy Meals, you punch in 6 Happy Meals. Well, one of them is going to be cheeseburger. And that's a whole different, you got to go. So if you're having 6 Happy Meals and even one of them's different, start with that one. And then the next one, and then 3 normal chicken nugget Happy Meals. Like you got to go one by one.
And then they get mad at you if you don't get it right. And nobody ever stops to think, okay, the guy behind the microphone didn't get it right. And I don't understand how he didn't get it right because I'm in my car screaming into a speaker at a sign. He should be able to hear it clear as day and there should be no communication issues. No, you're in a car, your motor is running and you're screaming at a sign. And then you're mad at Chip or Kip or whoever's working the window because he heard you say something other than milkshake. Sorry.
Dude, people get crazy in the drive.
It's nuts. I've had people throw milkshakes. Like I've given people their milkshake only to have them throw it right back at me because it took them 7 minutes to get their milkshake because they decided to go into a drive-through at a restaurant to get a drink where other people are actually ordering food. And it would have been easier to just stop, go inside, get the drink, get back in your car. But because you can't get out of your car for 20 seconds, you're going to sit in line and seethe at the fact that it takes 7 minutes to get your milkshake. So when I give it to you, you can throw it back at me and get mad that it took that long.
Dude, this is why we're never going to agree on that. I will sit in the McDonald's drive-thru line for my $1.08 Diet Coke 100% of the time. I'm not getting out of the car.
But are you mad at the cars in front of you if it takes a minute?
No.
Yeah.
I'm mad
I like as long as you know.
The drive-thrus that I get frustrated or crack me up, depending on my mood that day, are the 2-buys. And that's when I get mad. And I'm like, I bet this bitch just ran in front of me to get her 8 Big Macs, and all I have is a Diet Coke. But I'm not mad at the McDonald's. I'm mad at
Right.
the crazy lady, you know? And at the same time, she doesn't know I only have one thing.
And you can't be mad at the McDonald's because the guy that's running the drive-through is not the one that constructed the building. He didn't make the 2-lane thing. He's just working there.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
thing. Okay, I don't know how they get away with it without some sort of a lawsuit or something. I mean, I guess you look for cars so you don't get hit, right? But one of my new favorite coffee places is Dutch Bros. And in Dutch Bros, in the one on McHenry, it's got a 2-line setup, and then they have a sign that just says go on whatever line's shortest, right? So they're already telling you we're not sure which line you should be in. Just whatever one has less cars, go in that one. And so then there's 2 cars basically stopped like they're getting ready to race for pinks as you're waiting for somebody to come around with a tablet to take your order. And so if you get in the line that has less cars, the line that has more cars has a pissed off person because you're 2 cars up and now you've gone in front of them. Meanwhile, these kids that are working at the Dutch Bros are like bobbing and weaving between cars, taking your orders, and they're walking with you as you're driving around. So like you're like ordering and saying, I want this, and still driving as you're walking up. And it works every time. Nothing bad has happened, but every time I'm like, there's got to be an accident somewhere in here, right? But every time it goes flawlessly.
It gives me anxiety every time. There's a McDonald's off McHenry. You know, the one that kind of splits so that you can drive through it. Is it a PetSmart or something back there?
Yes.
Dude, and I've been in the back so that people can get through, and people cut me off and cut in front of me.
Yes.
I would skip. We used to live right around the corner from that McDonald's, and I would not go to it because it gave me so much anxiety. And I can't get mad at the McDonald's people. It's the jerk who just cut me off when I'm getting my nuggets, you know?
The next time you go to the McDonald's when you're in line, look to your left back. There's that US Bank back there, right? Look
Yeah.
to your left back by that US Bank by the trees, and what you'll see is a bunch of cars lined up with people in them. Those are all Grubhub, Uber, and DoorDash drivers.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Grabbing from the McDonald's or just hanging
They're,
out?
they're waiting to get an order.
You said earlier DoorDash will deliver flowers?
Oh yeah, but not like from like a flower company, but like if you want to low key send somebody some flowers, all the grocery stores are like on DoorDash and Uber Eats now, and so like the Rayleigh's down the street from my house has a little flower section in there, and they sell those flowers, and so you can buy somebody flowers and then send them to them through DoorDash, and when I sent the flowers, it was one of those like we're here for flowers for so and so, and we don't know who they're from, and that was it.
I do love that, but I also think that would be like it. I think, are we against the clock? Do I need to come back into the radio station right now?
No, we got a few.
Okay. I think like I've said this on the air, like an ideal date for me is cooking together. So I think if I was dating somebody and he said, I'll make the plan, blah, 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 blah. And then the groceries and the flowers all get delivered to my house and then we cook together, would be a dream Valentine date for me. I don't want to be in a restaurant that night anyway. And then he sends it to the house and flowers and candy come with it too. I would love that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is they have to make dinner at your house, not their house, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how that would work. They would have to send the flowers and groceries to your house then. That's how you get your flowers, right?
It's always easier to stay at my house because, yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. It's 100% easier for me to stay home and not go out and do something than it is to go out and do something.
I usually stay at their that's abnormal for me, but I've said on the air I'm looking for like the real one this year, so that would be a real one coming to my house. Usually I stay at theirs because it's easier to sneak out when it's not your own house.
Oh, and it's less hard to say you gotta go.
Dude, when you have to, I gotta get up and go to work. It's 4 a.m. Bye.
There's been instances where in the past I'm like, hey, no, you can totally come over. I said the only problem is I leave for work at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And there's that awkward silence where they'll look at me and be like, can't I just leave after? And I'm like making the eyes of like, no, you sure can't. You gotta go. Not in a bad way, but I know you. We don't know. No, I don't know if you're gonna steal from me or just kind of move in. So
time to go.
and on that same token, if somebody looked at me and said, I got to leave for work at like 5 in the morning, I'd be like, cool, I'll be gone at 4:30.
I think that's why it's not a thing for us because we're always up at that time anyway.
Right. And I don't want to overstay my welcome. And I don't ever expect anybody to expect me to be comfortable in their home unchecked like that, you know? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We got to jump back on the air. We'll see you
bye,
guys tomorrow.
guys.
Bye.